Very special guest with me this morning. Brandon Novak, discovered by Tony Hawk, was a skateboarding prodigy at a very young age. He was even the first pro skater to be sponsored by Gatorade. He made millions touring and was an MTV star by the time he was in his 20s. Then he lost it all to addiction. Tegna Productions' documentary with Heartthreads has more than 5 million views and counting. Here's a snippet of it.
It sort of just turned into a downward spiral, but I never, ever gave up hope. I never gave up hope at all.
And Tony Hawk, my mentor, calls me and he says, we have one of two things we could do with you. We could put you in a treatment, you can save your life, you can continue to be a professional skateboarder, or you can quit the team. And I didn't have a breath of fresh air in my lungs when I said I quit. And I really got into it and kind of gave up my goals, my dreams, my aspirations of skateboarding. My mother has sold three homes to financially pay for me to go to 2 treatment centers. Like, how am I here? I never put my hand up in 5th grade and said, you know what, teacher, when I grow up, I want to be a homeless heroin addict who makes his mother buy him a plot.
I kept thinking, this has to be my fault. This has to be my fault. I blame myself.
She has nothing left to give to help me. She simply went to God with one prayer. Father Mike saw her sitting in the pew at the church across the street from her house in Baltimore one day, and she was crying hysterically, uncontrollably. And Father Mike said, Miss Pat, what's wrong? Miss Pat, my mother says, Father Mike, it's Brandon. He's never been worse. There's nothing left I can do for him.
I said, I wish God would either cure him or kill me, because I can't take anymore. He said, God has plans for him, and you don't know what those plans are. He said, don't ever say it again. And Father Mike was right. 4 a.m.
Percentage of this event will go towards scholarshiping men.
And that was so powerful. And right now we're live on Television Plaza with Brandon Novak. Welcome to the show.
How are you? Thank you for having me.
I'm doing well, and we're so happy to have you here. You're so brave for sharing your story and helping so many people. Tell us a little bit about your story.
I'm grateful. I'm truly grateful. You know, the reality of my story is that the disease of addiction doesn't discriminate. From Yale or jail, White House or the outhouse, the results are all the same. 1 out of 3 people will be affected. And what that looks like when it comes to me is, my mother's a nuclear physicist. My brother's an attorney who practices pensions and benefits in the White House. My father died as a direct result of the disease of addiction. I had did some things in life that people would accredit to success, happiness, potentially even dream of doing, like being the first skateboarder endorsed by Gatorade, touring the world with Tony Hawk, designing my pro model for Powell Peralta, ending up in those movies Jackass and TV shows Viva La Bam, becoming a best-selling author of an addiction memoir. But ultimately what happened is on May 25th, 2015, I woke up after being on life support for 7 days, walking into my 13th inpatient treatment center. I had lost count of outpatients and detoxes. My mother had bought me a plot. People had taken life insurance policies out on me. I was a 38-year-old homeless heroin addict who wanted to kill himself on a daily basis. I just didn't want to hurt myself in the process. I walked into that 13th inpatient treatment center with my worldly possessions consisting of 8 scarves, 2 jackets, 3 socks, a stick of deodorant that fit into a bag that doubled as my pillow, a needle, a spoon, and a restraining order that my mother had served on me to physically be removed from her house. Today I talk to you with just celebrating 6 years of continuous sobriety.
Congratulations. And you're helping others. You're even sharing a phone number. Is that right?
Yeah. What I do is I've realized that our history does not have to dictate our future, but it can most certainly guide and direct it. My defects have now become my assets to allow people to understand that, like, there is help, there is recovery, there is life beyond a drink or a drug. And for people that need help out there, they can call me directly at 610-546-2608.
Wow. And you are also an author. I bet you never imagined that would happen.
No, that was not in my plans, per se.
And you have 2 books, correct?
3, actually.
3
But
books.
I didn't even graduate high school. I got my GED in prison, and
No
I became
way.
a best-selling author. You know, where you can buy these books in like Barnes and Nobles. I don't understand it either.
The Streets of Baltimore. This is the new one,
That's
right?
the sequel to my last one. Yes.
Wow.
And if anyone that's interested in checking it out, you know, you can just go to my website. Is the easiest way to get everything that I have going on, and that's www.brandonnovak.com, all one word.
Well, we're cheering you on.
Hey, thanks so much for having me.